Oops, I accidentally started my broadcast. So my broadcast is underway too, so.
Right.
Why not? You guys went
Ah.
you guys went political earlier, so we might as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
right. Well, he is playing with sax right now, so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sack to the Future bonus coverage. Currently ongoing on the John M. and Phantom Fighter channels, a battle between the Giants and Bears.
Man, I am just sort of kind of handing this one to you. Jeez.
You haven't had a good week at all.
No, but at least I'm not getting toasted on this one either, though.
Terry said the four-way won't happen. He's not joining in.
Oh, that's all right.
Here in this game, it's the 3-4 Vikings at the 6-2 Packers. Excuse me.
As Vinny slowly dies.
Man, I've got to get rid of this cough. Here's a look at the Packers huddle. 6-2, tied with the Bears for first place.
Oh.
What are you doing? What is wrong with your players? It seriously looks like they're just breakdancing in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I don't.
They are breakdancing. That's the whole point.
I'm not sure. All right.
And the simulation is underway now as the Vikings kick off. Here's Elijah Pitts on the return, and he is nailed before he gets to the 30.
In a PG-rated version.
Out comes Bart Starr, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the season.
Ooh. Oh, come on!
How did he not pick that up?
That's insane! Phantom could go for a really long field goal, the 54-yarder, and put the game most likely out of reach.
Definitely could do that.
And 1st and 10, Starr under center.
You think you could hit a 54-yarder right now?
I don't think I can.
Jim Taylor on the carry, and he's only going to pick up about 1. So we will be advancing tonight. There's a look at the Packers offensive line. Skoronski, Thurston, Iman, Kramer, and I missed the other guy. Taylor, Horning, Kramer, Neifeld, and Dowler, as Ringo Starr is still out injured. Sorry guys, I did not want to start before your game ended. I just accidentally hit X.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's okay. Now I gotta score quickly. How do I go about doing that?
Start of the flat to Gary Barnes, and he picks up about 6.
I have an idea of how that might work, but we'll see if it works. Webster is going to be the key. I think it's Webster. Yeah, it's Webster. Okay, he's
If you're not watching the end of if you're watching this on replay and not watching the end of the Bears-Giants game at the same time, you're really confused.
No, Gifford.
Oh, Gifford
Taylor
comes down.
bulls his way for a first down. He just ran over Cliff Livingston of the Vikings. No, 4th and
The
inches.
beautiful thing is I didn't have to change anything. I just got to do this.
4th and inches as Taylor could not get the first down. Of course, there's no yard marker on the sidelines over there, only the down marker, so who knows.
There's not even a referee on the field. Who are you kidding?
No, I got a referee standing on the goal line, on the side, the line of scrimmage.
Son of a gun.
Horning with a punt.
Screen pass to the deep pad. Wow, this guy's really... What is going on there? What?
I don't understand.
Richie Pettibone is all of a sudden he's running like he's the head coach of the Redskins.
He looked like he was about to poop or something while he was running.
Well, I mean, like he's as old as he was when he was the head coach of the Redskins. Fran Tarkenton on the field for the Vikings, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He was running in slow motion in screenplay.
Yeah,
The funny thing about it is he got past like 2 or 3 guys because they didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Tarkenton just hit Jerry Reichow in the back. Reichow never turned around.
Oh, I forgot you still have timeouts. I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Grady Alderman, Jerry Huth, Mick Tingelhoff, Mike Raybold, and Frank Uso. The line, Tommy Mason, Hugh McElhenney, Steve Stonebreaker, Charlie Ferguson and Jerry Reichel, the starting offensive set for the Vikings.
But I mean, I got to stop you and get a touchdown, then get a 2-point or onside kick.
Second down. Tommy Mason runs smack into Bill Forrester. He's not going anywhere. No, Henry Jordan.
Well, there we go. All right, that's a 3rd down and 9. You need to stop you here. Because you can wind it down to...
Bears running backs. I saw a picture earlier. Jarrett Payton had taken a picture of him in a Bears uniform from his brief preseason there and superimposed it next to Walter Payton. And it looks like they're talking to each other, and he tweeted that out, and he's like, I could just only imagine how this conversation would have gone. I wish Jarrett had caught on. I was really hoping he was going to be at least a decent NFL player.
You should be able to get that down to, yeah, because I can't do nothing in my head that fast. Sub 20 seconds, I know that much.
Tarkin didn't just scramble for a first down.
I don't understand. I put it on chew clock thinking maybe they would do the clock a little faster, but we'll just sit here and wait for 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's right.
Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down for the Vikings. Look at the Packers' defensive line. Henry Jordan, Ron Kostelnik, and Willie Davis. Linebackers, Ray Nitschke, Peter Schenk, Bill Forster, and Dan Curry.
Hello. If there was ever a time I needed a block, right there was it.
Herb Adderley, Willie Wood, Hank Greminger, and Jesse Wittenden, the secondary.
Upended there. I think they want me to run Hail Mary.
I'm going to go quiet now while the Bears-Giants game ends. You can see what's going on both channels.
This is going to be interesting.
$13 seconds, John.
Yes, I know. I got 13 seconds.
13 seconds, John. What are you going to do?
I don't know. Something's going to be throwing it deep, I can tell you that. Unless they knock the ball down, and then I can't do anything about it.
It looked like you were trying to pass it, tip it to your other guy.
That would have been freaking awesome.
Immaculate reception.
11-point play.
Where is that one? It's not there. I'll have to go this way.
On the final play of the game, you should get a point per lateral. So if you lateral it 11 times.
Right?
My God, how many points would the Stanford... How many points would the Stanford Cal game have gotten?
That's what we need to find out.
Was that points added to the touchdown?
Never mind. That would be the end of her. Good game, Bubba.
Yeah, it was.
How many interceptions did Y.A. Tittle and George plan to throw combined this week?
30,000.
Tittle was all right for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden he just wanted me to win. So
I think Tittle threw like 3 or 4 or 5 this game. Maybe it was 6. I don't know.
So now the Packers can take over first place.
Tittle looks like he's about to go and slam a bottle of Jack.
Yeah.
What's your other loss to? You lost to the Packers, and what's your other loss for the Bears?
The stupid Broncos.
Oh, okay. So you guys will still be even because there are other losses to the Dallas Texans. The stupid Broncos. I lost to myself. So stupid.
Well, I did not see that coming at all, and then they whooped them. And
they did.
I'm like, hey, I control both of you. I know what team is better.
Right.
So meanwhile,
go skid here. That's all.
Go ahead and join the VinnyXWolf channel if you haven't yet. And mention it to Shane and Dan. And
I'll be over there in a minute.
6 interceptions because I haven't fumbled the ball. So.
Yeah, 6 interceptions.
Well,
I think
you guys enjoy the
Jim Leo, Paul Dixon, Jim Preston, and Jim Marshall won. You gotta go?
Yeah, I gotta go. The old lady is out having a little bit of fun, so I gotta go get her because she don't want to drive home.
Copy that.
Which is fine.
That's
so you guys
good idea. All right, good game, John. Have a good one.
You too.
Tears just texted, "Go team injuries."
Yeah, I gotta, before I end my broadcast here, I'm gonna see how injured the Bears are because I
Yeah, you're
had 3
pretty
people with broken something.
Yeah.
Broken something.
3 new
Ron-
injuries. Here we go.
The Packers are punting for the second time already. Ron Kramer got the ball, but he could not get the first down. That's the second straight drive the Packers failed to convert on third down by 1 yard or less.
The offensive tackle Witoska is out for 5 weeks. The defensive tackle Fred Williams is out for 5 weeks, and the cornerback J.C. Caroline's out for 7 weeks.
That was all in that game, right?
And
Yep.
Sam Huff is out for 5 weeks.
My gosh. Let's
Damn.
never play again.
Right?
Well, quick, is Sam Huff out when the Giants play the Bills? Can we play within the next 5 weeks? Because that's
Let's see. I'll figure it out.
key. Is your broadcast done before you check schedule?
Yeah, I'm ending my broadcast.
Yeah, because we don't want to give anything away.
Let's see here.
We don't want to break kayfabe.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Week 5
Oh,
is versus the Bills.
oh. So
So I
he'll
don't know if
either
that
be
means he misses or he comes back.
well
He'll
if you bring
probably
him back
come
week
back.
early.
They might give him the option to come back
Yeah.
that week.
Tarkented
Yeah.
back to pass. It's wide open to Charlie Ferguson, and he's gone. 61 yards for the Minnesota Vikings to take the first
All right.
lead of the game.
And for that week, I might just have him come back.
Yeah. I had Jack Kemp come back early in the Bills-Browns game. It didn't work
Yeah.
out in my favor as Kemp threw a pick 6 on the last play of the game, but it still was in it, and I might not have been in it with Warren Rabb. Charlie Ferguson, the rookie. Now I don't need your broadcast up anymore. I can close that. You can actually look at the rosters now. As the Vikings line up for the extra point.
All right, fellas. I'll see you later.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one.
That was Charlie Ferguson, second-year player out of Tennessee State. The Vikings strike blood first here at the Metropolitan Stadium in not Minneapolis. Where was that? Bloomington, Minnesota. Elijah Pitts on the return from the goal line. His son will go on to play for the Buffalo Bills in the future. And he'll also score the first rushing touchdown in Super Bowl history in real life. Here come the Packers. 2 drives, 2 punts. Bloomington, Minnesota, yes. A very cold place from all the highlights I've seen, which is what I'm used to. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 32. To give to Taylor, he's going to get up the middle for about 3. He's got 4 carries for 7 yards so far in the game. Now, the Green Bay Packers in 1962 were the NFL champions in real life. They went 13-1 under Vince Lombardi, defeating the New York Giants 16-7 in the NFL championship game. Starr in the shotgun in the second half. Jim Marshall coming in, but Starr dumps it off to Taylor. And Taylor's going to get 5, and he's up to the 40. Where it'll be 3rd down and 1. So, once again, we got a 3rd and 1 situation coming up. Now, for the Minnesota Vikings in 1962, they went 2-11-1, so they've already improved upon their record here. Under Norm Van Brocklin, finishing 6th in the West Division. Third down and 1. Starr is under center. He's got 2 behind him. He sends Gary Neifeld in motion. Here's the give to the second man through. It's Taylor. And he turns one, breaks a tackle, gets over to the 46-yard line and a 1st down. Meanwhile, in real games played between the Packers and Vikings in 1962, on September 16th, Week 1, Green Bay won in Lambeau Field. Well, actually, it was New City Stadium at that time, 34-7. And that is the only time they played in 19. That's weird. They were division opponents, but only played once. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Back to the action. It's 1st and 10 for Green Bay. As Starr hands to Horning, and the Golden Boy gets over the 50 into Minnesota territory. As the former Heisman Trophy winner gets his first carry of the game and picks up 5 yards. Clancy Osborne on the tackle. I'd like to welcome in all my viewers, whether you're coming from the Bears-Giants game or you're finding us for the first time. This is Sack to the Future Week 9 bonus game. I am not controlling either team. It is a simulation. Screen pass, Bart Starr. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, the one good thing about all those Bears injuries is the Bears have a bye week, so I think the Packers have a bye week next week as well.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we're in week 9. This is their 9th game. That was a beautiful screen pass to Paul Hornung deep into Minnesota territory. So after I mentioned I had 5 viewers, all of a sudden I'm down to 2. Probably you and Terrace. Oh, well. We'll roll with it.
Yeah.
First down and 10 at the 36. There's a 13-yard pass on the screen. Star's going to hit the Hornung. Hornung's got a huge hole in the first down.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was going to say, I have to figure out what the Bears were doing. They were doing a bunch of dancing. It was crazy.
Yeah. That was weird. So another nice run by Hornung, and the Packers are driving now, putting together their first serious drive of the day. They're at the 24-yard line with a minute to go in the first quarter.
Because I'm watching.
Probably. We'll go with that. Hand up to Taylor. Oh, and he is ran over. Rip Hawkins right up the middle. Loss of 1. Starr back to pass. Throws it out to the flat to Morris. That's a roster filler guy. And he picks up 3. Third down or 5. Third down and 6. Starr back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Touchdown to Elijah Pitts. Wide open. Elijah Pitts playing for an injury to the fullback. I can't think of who the fullback is right now.
Carpenter or something, maybe.
This is Jim Taylor, Paul Hornung. So I think it's Tom Moore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And Paul Hornung on to attempt to tie the game. John Roach puts it down. Hornung kicks it through with 16 seconds to go in the first. We are tied at 7. Hopefully the in-between roster work goes nice and quick. Tommy Mason on the return. I got a double tomorrow, so I'm going to get to bed as quick as I can.
Yeah.
The Vikings will start this drive from the 29-yard line.
Well, the semi-pro guys are always quick and easy, so I can certainly take care of that tonight if we're playing any semi-pro team.
Incomplete pass. Well, as long as I don't have to name like 55,000 guys.
Oh, right.
Forget what I said I was going to go with for names this time, too.
Boxers,
yes. Well, I know that Evander Holyfield is already on the game, but I believe he's the only one. So, real and fake. What was the guy from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? What was his? Fumble! Picked up by the Packers. Dale Hanner, and he stumbles over the 20, and it'll be first down at the 19-yard line. As Tommy Mason was hit hard, the ball came loose, and the Packers have the ball. You cannot turn it over against this Packer team.
I hate these guys.
Taylor right up the middle. Huge hole. He just ran over the safety. If it wasn't for the corner coming in, he would have ran right over into the end zone. And that is the end of the first quarter with the score. Green Bay 7, Minnesota 7, but the Packers are driving.
Jeez. I just saw Taylor run over that guy. My goodness.
Yeah, Taylor just like, oh yeah, you want to run into me? How's that feel?
Yeah.
Starr fakes the handoff, and he is sacked. Cliff Livingston comes in for a loss of about, I don't know where the first and goal was. Maybe at the 2, so about 11-yard loss.
Yeah, right now it's from the 3. Yep, 10-yard loss.
All right, second and goal. The run was working so well, the Packers went to the play-action pass. They thought they'd built up enough, but this time they're going to give it to Taylor. Taylor makes the juke, and he's down to the 8. 5-yard pickup. It'll be third and goal. Down to the bottom, the Jaguars leading the Bengals 7-0. And we got a flag. This is going to be false start on the Pack. It's going to push him back to the 13 for 3rd and goal. Vince Lombardi is not happy about that. Grab, grab, grab. Nobody blocking. Oh, that's a different play. Nobody tackling. Star back to pass. Throws. I lost the ball. Okay, there. He went short. I was looking deep because there was a guy near the end zone, and Boyd Dowler catches it short and brings up a 4th down. So the Vikings are going to get out of this fumble with a 27-yard field goal attempt by Paul Hornung.
Hard Stars 8 for 8.
And Hornung's kick is good. Green Bay takes a 10-7 lead. Why is every time Hornung makes a field goal, no matter what the distance is, it says this is his 35th make over 50 yards?
I blame it on him going off in that first game because that's how the Packers scored their first points against the Bears. It was a couple 50-yard field goals, and then every single time. It's like, okay, yes, he hit 2 against the Bears. Please leave it alone.
Bill Butler on the return. His 4th year out of Tennessee Chattanooga. There's a look at Tommy Mason. He's got 4 attempts, no yards, and a fumble.
That's a good game.
Not against the Packers, it's not.
No.
Interesting strategy there, Phantom. Let's see if it works out.
Right. It's a way to get benched.
Tarkenton back to pass. The man from Georgia throws the ball to Charlie Ferguson for the 1st down. Tarkenton showing a lot of heart on that play, as most Georgia Bulldogs do.
Most, but not all.
All of them. Every single one, except for Isaiah Crowell when he had to drop out and transfer to another school.
Yeah.
Now, who was the guy that transferred? Oh, quarterback. What was his name? Just recently transferred. Justin Fields. He's got no heart anymore. Herb Adderley on the tackle. It's a 1st down and 10 for the Vikings. I don't know if the Packers got any. I know they got Notre Dame. Tommy Mason right up the middle. He's going to get 11 and a 1st down. I know the Packers have a Notre Damer in Paul Hornung, so that works for me too.
I wonder if you took since we're going through the 60s here and occasionally mentioning what college they went to. I wonder if you put like the great all-time team by college, who would have the best team?
Notre Dame. But a lot of their players would be, I don't know, USC. USC has got all errors. A lot of Notre Dame's players would be from before 95.
Right.
Targeted back to pass. Throws it out to Mayberry. I can't whistle tonight. Doug Mayberry on the reception. It sounds like something stuck, like I've got something stuck in my whistle. And no, I did not say it that way. Okay, so Green Bay's got Paul Hornung from Notre Dame.
They'd have Joe Montana.
Well, I'm just looking at Green Bay right now. That's it for the 62 Packers from schools that I care about. And, of course, Minnesota has Fran Tarkenton out of Georgia. And that's it from schools that I care about. Well, shame on both of them. Should have had more. Tarkenton back to pass, 3rd down and 12. He scrambles over to the right. He's going to take off and run, but that's a stupid move considering Herb Adderley was watching him the whole way. And it'll be 4th down and 11. Tarkenton's only in his 2nd season. He'll pick it up, especially considering he missed most of the end of 61 here in Sack of the Future.
Right.
Herb Adderley in his 2nd season out of Michigan State.
He's already fairly tough to play against, though, so yeah. I don't want him to get too much better. Christopher
on the punt for the Vikings. Or McCormick. I got the wrong kicker. McCormick on the punt. It was off the side of his foot. But it's a really decent punt. It's inside the 10 at the 9.
He's got a center this year, so as they continue to build that offensive line, he might be as scary as Bart Starr is.
Yes,
right
Mick Tinglehoff, the future. I don't know, is he a Hall of Famer or not? I don't know.
I'm not sure. He's
Starr
really,
fakes
really
the handoff.
good.
Throws it deep. Intercepted. Intercepted by Bob Butler, and the Vikings take over in Green Bay territory. That is Starr's only his 6th interception thrown of the year. For the season, he just matched what Y.E. Tittle did in one game.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, he's pretty careful with the ball for.
Yeah, well, both these guys. Tarkenton only has 4. Well, he has 5 now because he's thrown one. Oh no, that was a fumble. Here's the pass complete to Steve Stonebreaker. If that's not an awesome name for a football player, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
He'd be on the all-time badass names team.
Yep.
Along with Hunter the Punter from the Colts. I mean, it's not like they mean. Yeah. There's a handoff to Tommy Mason. The Bears had I want to say a Stonebreaker in the 90s, played linebacker. Mick Tinglehoff, inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2015, thanks to Terrors 89, playing the role of Statman. Or I guess in television jargon, Terrors playing the role of Spotter. I keep forgetting to hit the X to skip plays we don't need to see. 3rd down and 10. Highlighting Grady Smith in the slot. Tarkenton, delayed handoff, and he is gonna. He avoids the sack, throws it deep downfield. It's intercepted by Hank Greminger, but there is a flag down. I think we're gonna have a face mask on the Packers on that missed sack. To add insult to injury, holding on the offense. Oh, Mike Raybold.
What?
So the Packers should be declining that, and it's a 1st down. So as we're singing the praises of these quarterbacks and their interceptions, they both just each thrown one to add to their stats. 1st and 10 from the 26. Starr fakes the handoff. Throws it out of bounds. He was looking for Vince Lombardi on the sideline, but Lombardi, when one of the seven blocks of granite, didn't have any hands. If you don't know that reference, that goes back to Lombardi's playing days at Fordham. The offensive line was called the 7 blocks of granite, the offensive line in ends. And Lombardi was one of the linemen. It's 3rd down and 6 now. Clancy Osborne on that last tackle. Starter back to pass. Throws it over the middle. It's caught to Ron Kramer and a 1st down pack.
I think the Packers have the longest winning streak right now in 62.
Back to the future? I think so. I don't think they've lost. Well, no, because it was the game against the Texans was just 2 weeks ago.
No, they won that one. They started
did win that one. So who's their second? Oh, it was the Lions. And
they lost it.
Jim Taylor is gone 61 yards for a touchdown. So you will maintain 1st place in the division because your divisional or your conference record is better. Your division
because
record.
I beat the Lions by 3.
Yep. You split against the. Oh, and Norm Van Brocklin is pissed. He's thinking of going back and playing semi-pro football for the Dolphins again. He is not happy with the Vikings defense. The angry Dutchman. Jim Taylor, 61 yards. And Horning's extra point is automatic. It's 17-7 Green Bay. 4-play drive, 74 yards, 48 seconds off the clock.
They just wear the team they're playing down every single game.
Yep.
They did it to me in the 2nd game. Luckily, I got the 1st one out of it.
Short kick taken by Butler at the 4. And he's going to get out to the 28. And that's where Fran Tarkenton coming off the long interception. After he made a miraculous move to avoid the blitz, the sack. He just put it up for a prayer. He's 5 of 9 so far, 82 yards, 1 touchdown, the long one to Ferguson, and 1 interception, the long one to Greminger.
Actually, I see down below the 49ers are 7-1. I wonder what kind of winning streak they're on.
Oh yeah, I don't think I haven't seen the Rams 49er game yet. Either one of them. I know that it's not something that I know Terrors wants to relive, but I haven't seen the 49ers at all this season myself. We get now how I'm doing bonus games this year, starting this year, is I'm doing playoff teams, real life playoff teams, which considering that there are only 4 and 2 of them are human controlled, that's why you're seeing a lot of Packers games. If I can't do one of those 2, I'll pick the best game available. Tarkenton scrambles, he runs for no gain.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the 49ers are better than the Packers at is volleyball.
So
do a lot of tipping the
those
ball
tip
up in
passes,
the air.
the tip passes lately are just becoming ridiculous. So the 49ers will be in first place for home field advantage, and the Bears would currently hold the other bye, with the Giants and an NFC South team in position for divisional, the other 2 divisions. And then I'm not sure what the wild cards look like.
The Packers.
Packers, yep.
And then there's a lot of teams looking for that last one.
Tarkenton back to pass. Throws it over the middle, almost intercepted. Herb Adderley was right there.
Hey, Terrence, who has the better record, the Rams or the Cowboys? It's probably between them and whoever's got the better record there. And the Lions aren't that good record-wise, even though they're tough to play against. I think it's probably between the Rams and the Cowboys.
He said last game, Cardinals. His last game against the 49ers was 58-17. McCormick with the punt. Rams are 5-4.
Okay.
Cowboys are 4-4. But I'm not sure if either one of those records would be in the... We'll have to look at the scores on the bottom and see what the records are.
Yeah. I think the Lions are somewhere around 3-4 or 4-4. Eagles aren't good. Redskins aren't good.
No.
South isn't good. The Cardinals are the one team I don't know, though.
I think the Seahawks are 5-4 as well. Starr back to pass.
Oh.
It's on the sideline, complete to Gary Neifeld, and they're going to review it. The Eagles are 2-5, and 3-5 after this week. I can't tell from that camera angle. The cameraman can't do his job.
Right.
It's a catch.
So
it's a catch. But it's not a first down. So what? Why are we even booth reviewing it? It's, that's the kind of thing that worries me. If the pass interference is a booth review, it's going to slow the game right down. Sometimes the booth reviews like that one, we're under 2 minutes, so the booth review. It doesn't change anything. It's either 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 10. It doesn't really change anything.
Right.
They're deep in their own territory. There's a catch over the middle. Boyd Dowler makes the reception. He's over the 45 for the first down for the Packers, and time is ticking. Dowler has 3 receptions, 27 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they're changing it because the Saints got screwed, but I wish it would just be like, okay, you're just changing it if everybody in the audience knows you got it wrong, and it takes no seconds. It's just like, nope, you got the call wrong. It's pass interference. Keep going.
Let it be a challenge.
It should not take 5 minutes.
Yeah, let it be a challenge only, and inside 2 minutes, I know that everything's booth review, but the pass interference, make that have to be a challenge too. Don't let the booth have anything to do with pass interference. Now you really got to get into strategy on the challenges, though, because do you challenge that spot, 7-yard reception or not? Or do you wait in case you get some kind of bad pass interference play? 2nd down and 10 for the Packers. There's the blitz on, and Rip Hawkins gets into Starr, rips him down for the sack, and it'll be 3rd and 20. The Vikings had the ball first, so the Packers might want to just think about this with a 10-point lead, running this thing down and punting with as little time left on the clock as possible. Why are we watching a million replays? It is 3rd and 20. Let's see. Starr's going to line up under center. 3, 2, he gets the ball off. Okay, Horning on the run. Horning's lost some speed. And the Vikings call timeout. Inexplicable. Oh, because it's 4th down. They're going to get the ball back. Okay, that makes sense. So, I believe Paul Horning is still punting because Max McGee is not yet back from injury. I want to make sure I take control of the Packers next time I use them if McGee is back to fix that. So, with 23 seconds left, Bob Butler gets it up to, or Bill Butler. Bob. Bill or Bob? It is Bill. Bill Butler gets it up to the 26. We're already 35 minutes into this broadcast. Let's go. It's midnight on the East Coast. Targeted hands it off to Mason. That makes their timeout on defense make so much sense. As Tommy Mason is thrown for a loss of 1.
Maybe they were hoping for a better punt return or so.
Maybe. And that is the end of the first half with the score Green Bay 17, Minnesota 7. Let's skip all the pleasantries and watch Green Bay line up to kick it back to Minnesota. Oh, that's right, because Green Bay failed on 2 straight drives to begin the game, not getting 4th or 3rd and 1. Butler on the return. He was holding the ball out like it was just a loaf of bread, but somehow he gets tackled instead of fumbling. There's speaking of holding the ball out, in my game against John of the Colts and Oilers, I don't know if you saw my fumble, but literally my guy put the ball down on the ground. Like he was playing rugby, and he was like, here. We got a flag
on the kickoff return?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird because you were talking about how it sucked for the Cowboys to fumble it, and then your guy's just like, oh, you want to talk about fumbles?
Yeah, I talked myself into a fumble. But it was so blatant. It was like my guy must have been on the Oilers payroll.
I know.
1st and 20.
But then they refused to pick it up.
Yeah. Luckily I got the ball back. Turkington scrambles. He's going to run. And he is going to get run over. Willie Wood on the tackle after a gain of 7.
Yeah, that game got out of hand. The Colts really put it to the Oilers.
Yeah, well, again, it was like 8 turnovers or so. Turnovers will do that to you.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Doug Mayberry on the run. He is going to get up to the 28. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I think I had 3 turnovers to 1 in the second half, and then all of a sudden Tittle took it away.
Stonebreaker with the first down. Number 82, Steve Stonebreaker, the rookie out of Detroit Mercy. He was also drafted by the Denver Broncos and refused to go play for Frank Chapuka.
Well, of course.
It's always interesting to look at the AFL drafts, or the other league who a guy might have played for. Mason on the carry. For instance, Fran Tarkenton was also drafted by the Boston Patriots. So was Tommy Mason. Can you imagine that?
That would be worse for you, I guess. Better for me.
Mm-hmm. They also drafted Rip Hawkins. Mayberry on the give. Mayberry's got a huge hole on a first down as he picks up 14 yards and into Green Bay territory. Take a look at the Packers, see if they have any of those. Herb Adderley was drafted by the New York Titans. 1st and 10, Tarkenton gets to Mason. Mason is run. Gets a few yards and Forrester knocks him down. The Bills had a couple, Ron Gassert and Ron Kostelnik, they drafted but went to Green Bay. Gary Barnes was also drafted by the Titans. Roman Gabriel was the number 1 pick in the AFL by the Oakland Raiders, Terrace tells us, but signed with the Rams. So he'd have been on the West Coast regardless. Tarkenton picks up a first down. McElhenney on the carry. That's his first carry of the game. His production has slipped in 62 as he is no longer starting. Picks up 6 yards, and Herb Adderley makes the tackle. I think I've lost Phantom. Or he's walked away for something.
Oh no, I'm back. I was getting
Okay. Tommy Mason runs into a host of Packers. Willie Davis and Bill Forrest. Nope, 79, Dale Hanner. I've gotten to the point where I really don't need the Packers roster anymore.
Yeah.
I've seen them enough. That's weird because the Dallas Texans are just not giving me the opportunity. I think they were on a bye this week. Tarkenton back to pass.
I think they were.
Throws it backwards off his foot over to the sideline and incomplete. Dangerous throw, and they're going to line up for a field goal. This is a 41-yard field goal by... Kick is up, almost blocked. And it's good.
Okay, still in it.
Yep. I believe that was... well, here comes Elijah Pitts on the return. He has a touchdown today. Should be Jim Christopherson on the field goal kick. Number 36. Yardage-wise, it's pretty even. Of course, it's only a 7-point game. About 20 yards separate the Packers and the Vikings. Starr. Oh, Jim Marshall's picked up on a block. Starr throws deep, and it's intercepted by Dean Derby. Derby's bringing it back. He's over the 50. He is to the 47-yard line. Dean Derby with the first interception of the game, and for him, second for the Vikings. It was an ill-advised pass by Bart Starr. That's Derby's third interception on the season. It'll be 1st and 10. Mayberry on the give. Mayberry's got a first down. He's got 3 carries, 28 yards for the fullback. That's different. Tarkenton, screen pass. It's set up perfectly. Mason's got blockers, and he runs. He's going to score, and the Vikings are going to tie this game up. As Fran Tarkenton to Tommy Mason on a perfect screen pass for 38 yards and a touchdown.
All right. There we go. Nice block. Mason does the rest. All right.
And Christopherson will kick the extra point. And we are tied with 3:18 to go in the third at 17.
Let's go Vikings.
Barnes from the 2. He gets by one man but cannot get by the second as Rosterfiller makes the tackle. Here comes Bart Starr, 11 of 15, 94 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. An uncharacteristic day for Bart Starr this season. The Packers have 122 rushing yards. Starr going deep again. This time it's brought in by Dowler. And a first down, he's into the 42-yard line of the Vikings. Dowler has 4 receptions, 55 yards. Starr back to pass, throws it over the middle. It's complete to Gary Neifeld. Incomplete. I didn't see the ball hit the ground. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Starr gives to Taylor. Taylor's got a huge hole and a first down, and he's going to get 17 yards on the carry, down to the 25. Taylor has 11 carries for 115 yards. He's averaging an astounding 10.4 yards. Chuck Lamson on the tackle. The crowd here in Bloomington, Minnesota is silent. Star gives to Taylor. Taylor's got another first down with pick up 11. You know what I find funny about certain franchises? Here the Vikings are. They're founded in 1961, and they're on their third stadium. Metropolitan, Metrodome, and now U.S. Bank Stadium. Meanwhile, the Packers have been around since 1919 and are still playing in the original place. It's been remodeled a million times, but they're still playing the original place they started at. Paul Hornung on the give. He's gone to the right, and he is going to score. Paul Hornung on the Packer sweep. And the Packers retake the lead now, 23-17.
Doesn't last long. It's idiots.
And Paul Hornung is going to come back on and kick the extra point. And it is a 24-17 lead. 5 plays, 70 yards, a minute 17 off the clock.
The real question is, has Paul Hornung hit anything from over 50?
Well, Mason on the return. He's going to get up to the 29-yard line. Interesting strategy in the 60s where teams would have their starting running back on the kick return team. Tommy Mason's got 541 yards on the season, leading the Vikings.
Well, Gallimore and Webster were both pretty
Tarkenton
bad.
scrambling around. Fumble. It's picked up by Ron Kostelnik, but he only can run 1 mile an hour, so he only gets a couple yards. The Packers have the ball at the 18 on Tarkenton's second fumble. I believe he had the other fumble. No, that was Mason. So Mason ended, yeah. Screen pass, Starr hits Taylor, and Taylor is not going to go anywhere. He is actually going to lose 3 yards. Paul Dixon on the tackle. It is 2nd and 13.
I was going to say earlier with Gallimore and Webster both having subpar performances. I wonder if Taylor will get close to some of the picks.
No. I haven't seen what he has for the season. Taylor up the middle. He's going to pick up 2. He's got 128 on this game. Of course, he had that long 61-yarder. The Vikings have turned the ball over 3 times, the Packers twice. Starr back to pass. He's holding it, he's holding it, he's holding it. He is being chased and he is going to be sacked. Jim Leo on the sack. And if he didn't get him, Jim Marshall is chasing him down from behind. It'll be 4th and 22, and Paul Hornung is going for a 47-yard field goal attempt. Better not go wide right. It's good. The Packers take a 27-17 lead, and on a 47-yard field goal, we get the notification that Hornung has his 35th field goal over 50 yards. Once again. The glitches in this season are just baffling to me. I don't get it. I think Terror said it best, though. He said that we have edited so much stuff that maybe the system is just crashing on us.
Is there any hope that they'll make a good Madden game in 2020?
I hope so. There's really not much they have to do, just the little things.
Well, like you said. And,
oh, it's incomplete. Almost caught on the deflection.
19. It's if they would just improve one thing a year, it would be worth it maybe. But it's like they may improve an obvious problem, but then they try to change something to make it flashy and end up screwing up 3 things, and the game's worse than it was.
What the hell was that? They're lucky they called that a incomplete pass, because that was a fumble. Tarkenton just pitched the ball behind him without looking.
Oh,
Tense.
that is a fumble.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And I literally think he hit the L2 button. Tarkenton's going to run again because he's doing so good at it. And that will end the third quarter with the score Green Bay 27, Minnesota 17, and Fran Tarkenton is having a meltdown. The Vikings will punt. It's a high punt going toward the right. It's going to be caught by Willie Wood at the 18. He's going to get over the 30 to the 32. Fran Tarkenton has 380 yards rushing on the season. Bart Starr, 13 of 18, 119 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions have not hurt them. When they got the interception right back. And up to Taylor. Taylor run over by Rip Hawkins, 2nd and 12. Second down and 12. Starr is going to hand it to Taylor. Taylor's got a huge hole. Taylor's got the first down, and he keeps breaking tackles. He's up to the 47. He's up to 144 on the day. Jim Prestel makes the tackle. It was a thing of beauty by Jim Taylor. It was Barry Sanders-esque. Taylor goes in motion. Starr is left with an empty backfield. Throws to no one. Incomplete. So the Giants are 6-1 after that game, and you're 6-2. Right?
That was before that game.
Yeah, maybe because I started this game before you guys ended, they didn't update their records.
That's probably right.
The Seahawks are 4-4. The Rams are 5-3. Arizona's 4-3. It's a weird replay camera angle. It's 1st and 10.
Taylor's just taking over.
Starr fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. Kramer. Oh, he cannot hold on. It looked like he had it all the way down until he landed, and then the ball squirted loose. 2nd down and 10. The Packers have thrown 20 passes and ran 20 times for a perfect balance of 20-20.
Imagine that. They did something with it.
Horning on the carry. He's going to lose 2. Jim Leo on the tackle. Getting tired. Hopefully I don't snore at the end of this game like I did that one bonus game that 1 week.
Well, it's still close enough.
Starr throws. It's tipped up and incomplete. And it'll bring up a 4th down. Dean Derby's been having a good game back there. Boyd Dowler was the intended receiver. And the Packers bring on Paul Horning to punt. A high punt heading toward the sideline. It's going to bounce at the into the end zone. It had the backspin, but it hit just inside the goal line. Sonny Jurgensen to 205 yards passing, the Eagles' rout of the semi-pro Dolphins. Tarkenton scrambling around. At some points he scrambles with no purpose in mind whatsoever.
Yeah.
No gain on that play. Carolina gets their first win over Tampa Bay, 38-7.
It's tightened up in the semi-pro division.
Targeting completes to Gordy Smith for the first down. They're at the 31. Tarkin then back to pass. Stonebreaker on the reception. He's going to pick up 5. Maybe 2nd and 5. Really, the NFC wildcard, once you go past the Packers, by the looks of it, there's a huge congestion with 3 or 4 losses. St. Louis Cardinals might be the best at 4-3 at this point. Tarkenton throws over the middle. Stonebreaker, first down. Nice little dump pass. Tarkenton is 12 of 20 for 167 yards. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. The Eagles are 2-5. 3-5 with this victory. Tarkenton gonna scramble again. Runs into his own man and cannot get free. And he's brought down for a loss. Henry Jordan on the sack, no gain. $4:19 to go in the game. Tarkenton back to pass. He's going to run again. He's got no confidence in his receivers, apparently. Tarkenton, 7 rushes, 40, I couldn't read, maybe 49 yards.
Let's see, I should see it in a second. There he goes, tackle.
3rd down and 3.
7 for 45.
45. Tarkenton over the middle, completes it to Staley. Staley? 80. That's roster filler. And it's not Deuce Staley, it must be once Staley. the ancestor to Deuce Staley. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Actually, I can bring up the draft picks. We have the technology. Targeted back to pass. Throws it over the middle, complete the middle triplet. Ron Staley, end out of Wisconsin. He's probably a Packer fan. It's unusual for somebody to not be a Packer fan living in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. In my, I guess technically it's not my subdivision, but there's like a couple right next to each other. So, he's the only other person I know that's not a Packer fan. And he's not a Bears fan either, though. He's a Steelers fan.
Tarkenton on the run, and he slides. And there's an injury timeout, but it's not Tarkenton. 100 rushing yards for the Vikings, 100 even. And over 50 of them belong to Tarkenton. Tark back to pass over the middle, incomplete. 3 minutes to go.
And that Bears-Giants game was violent.
Yeah.
4 guys out for more than a month.
Fourth and 1, and the Vikings are going for it. They need 2 scores, and one of them's a field goal. Why are they going for it? Doug Mayberry. Oh, he falls to the line of scrimmage. But here comes Bart Starr. Not even going to look at the replay. Willie Davis on the tackle. Mayberry's butt must have hit down before the rest of them did. There's the give to Taylor. Taylor, slow through the hole. He's going to get no gain. Cliff Livingston on the tackle. This should be the last play before the half. Or I mean the half. Ooh, 2-1. Oh, we're going to get a delay of game. Bart Starr could not get the playoff in time.
Delay of game, offense,
Bart's been having kind of a subpar game as well. Okay, 2nd and 15 from the 30. There's the give to Taylor. Taylor's got no juice left. They might want to get him out of there and put Horning back in. Taylor has 18 carries in the game, but he's got nothing left. We are at the 2-minute warning. Green Bay leading Minnesota by 10. 3rd down and 17 though. Third gives to Horning, and Horning runs right in the middle and gets a yard. The Vikings spin their first time out, and Horning will have to punt.
Okay. Minnesota Magic.
High deep punt. It's taken by Butler to the 21. He's out to the 39-yard line at 18-yard return. And what can Brandon Tarkenton do? On the day, he's 14 of 23, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. About 15 carries for 55 yards or so on the ground. Tark back to pass over the middle. Complete the... No! Stonebreaker forgot the ball. He thought about running before he had possession. 2nd and 10. Yes, it is, Shane. The Packers' running game is very strong. Although Taylor gotten slow at the end here. Tarkenton back to pass. He throws. It's caught and out of bounds to Tommy Mason for a pickup of 4. It stops the clock, more importantly. Tark back to pass. Throws it. It's complete to Charlie Ferguson. He's to the 40. That's a pickup of 17. The Vikings are into hurry up mode. Tark spins around, throws it to Tommy Mason. Mason falls forward, close to the first down. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Minute 15 to go. They're at the 31. Tark back to pass. He looks, he throws toward the sideline to Adams. Tom Adams, the rookie out of Minnesota Duluth. His first reception on the day. Gets 4 yards and a first down. Tarkenton back to pass. He throws a Rykow catch. He struggles to hold on, but he gets the first down, and we're under a minute to go. Rykow kind of bobbled that pass by the looks of it, but he got it. Tark back to pass. Scrambling, and he's fumbled. It is picked up by the Packers, and Howie Williams is going to score. He's going to go about 80 yards for the touchdown and salt the game away. Number 29, Howie Williams, a rookie out of Howard. With 38 seconds to go, the Packers are doubling up the Vikings' points now. It's Tarkenton's second fumble.
Way too many turnovers against the Packers.
4. They've had 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles.
It's at least 3 too many.
Yeah. Ferguson returns the ball out of the end zone. Bad move. He only gets to the 22. With 35 seconds to go, it's a 17-point game. 3 scores.
I don't know how the Packers are expected to get any ratings. I'm just kidding. Start letting teams have a chance.
We had a false start on the Vikings. It's 1st and 15 now. Tark back, looking, scrambling, turns around, throws it behind himself across the incomplete, out of bounds. And that was a 6-second play at 2nd and 15. Tark's going to scramble again. He's going to take off and run. He slides inbounds instead of going out of bounds, and they have to waste a timeout. The AI sometimes just baffles me. 3rd down and 5. And we got a false start on the Vikings because we don't want to end this game. We want to keep going.
Right, of course.
Because they know how tired I am. And I've still got to do the advancement. 3rd down and 10. Look at Ron Staley, the roster filler guy. Tarkenton back to pass. Turns around, scrambles off the back of the helmet of Green Bay Packer corner. Nope, Green Bay defensive lineman Bill Forrester out in coverage. 4th down and 10.
Right off the back of the helmet.
I'm surprised it didn't careen 30 yards down the field.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
Tarkenton looking, throws, up for grabs, incomplete. The Packers will take over with 12 seconds to go. The fat lady singing. I guess we can't call her that anymore, that's body shaming. The thick lady is singing. Star's gonna kneel it down, and Green Bay gets to 7 and 2. So if you're stuck with this, you must be either a Packer fan or a member of the Sack to the Future family. We appreciate it nonetheless. And we'll be moving on to week 10 here soon. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels: Phantom Fighter, Terrors89, John M, and yours truly, VinnyXWolf. Until next time, I'm Vinny Vincent. For John M and Phantom Fighter, we'll say so long from Minnesota. The Green Bay Packers defeat the Minnesota Vikings 34-17. It takes longer to end this broadcast because I gotta